but simply
Okay.
to sprinkle. If you don't, keep scrolling. If you feel like you need to be anything but simply existing, you're probably not his dream girl. Unless he's a crypto millionaire, stop expecting 20-year-old boys to buy you a Birkin handbag. If that's what you're looking for, date a 40-year-old. I'm sorry, babe, but you really don't need a rebound. You just need therapy. If he's giving you mixed signals, he's probably not that into you. And no, I don't care whether his cat has died, whether the cost of living crisis is crisising. He's just not that into you. Do not shoot your shot, darling. It creates a dynamic that you really don't want. Instead, position yourself. I don't care whether you have a PhD in detachment. Hookups are emotionally empty and energetically destructive in the long term. Yes, I know that there's a rush to attract a guy in your 20s, but trust me, you'll be able to attract a much better quality man in your 30s. Sounds obvious, but I know a lot of you like the struggle bus. Only date a man that makes your life easier. As a wise woman once told me, if he's not solving your problems, he is the problem. Stop obsessing about a guy that hasn't even shown any commitment, let alone one that you're not even married to. Instead, a much better investment is actually to level up and focus on yourself. Because when you do that, again, the quality of man is so much better. Very controversial, but if you can help it, unless he's extremely special, avoid getting married in your early 20s. The 20s are for self-exploration. If you pick the wrong husband, that's going to completely dictate your trajectory in the wrong way. If he listens to one of those male podcasts, YouTube channels, just throw him in the bin, okay? This is for the babes that subscribe to Sprinkle. If you don't, keep scrolling. If you feel like you need to be anything but simply existing, you're probably not his dream girl. Unless he's for the babes that to millionaire.
Okay, yeah. Every single, I don't know who this. So this woman,
anything but.
Wow, she's fucking wonderful. Dr. Awoma. Yeah, I don't know. She's just great. She's just everything she just said. Yes, but I think the part that I'm really that really struck with me is like, you don't need to guess if he's into you. If you need to guess that he's into you, the answer is no. Also, if he is not making your life better, let him go. Like, that's it. And just, you have to go focus on yourself. And I think some people struggle with this because they get into the place where they're like, oh my God, but my person didn't give me, my family didn't give me this. My parents didn't do that. Blah, blah, blah. This, oh, I didn't go to a good school. Oh, my resume. Oh, they focus on all these things that is wrong with them. Even though it looks like some people have it all together and like all their shit is perfect and yours is not, this is not the case. Some people have more privilege than you. There's nothing that you can do about it. But like, let's say that a bag of chips costs 50 cents. If you only have 25 cents, girl, you need to go get a job and get the other 25 cents because they cost 50 cents. Either you're going to get the other 50 cents and get the bag of chips, or you're just not getting the bag of chips. You have to think about like everything in your life like that. Like, what is it that you're trying to accomplish? If you're trying to have like breakfast, lunches, and dinners, girl, that's fine. Like, have breakfast, lunches, and dinners, but like, I don't know what to say. Like, you can't just expect that like he's going to like he can't provide it. Okay, like if he can't provide it, he can't provide it. If he can provide it, he can provide it. But like I don't know. There's not like an in between. Because I do feel like I personally struggled with this, so I'm not even using this example as like me taking words out of somebody else's mouth or no shit like that. Like, I have literally in my own personal experience dealt with men who are on the fence. They're confused. They don't know. They are, weighing options, and you're like one of their options. You don't have time to be one of a guy's options. That's what the truth is. If you're his option, the option for you should be no. Like, it's a no. Like, a maybe from him is a no for you. Like, do the conversion units yourself. Did he make the plan? Did he confirm the plan? If the answer is no, he's telling you with his actions, it's no, girl. If you have to wonder, it's a no. No, sir. Like, let me give you guys a couple examples that have happened to me recently. I just thought that they were very funny. Like, I've told you guys multiple times, I'm a waitress, I'm a server. I had a table, so I'm in the South, right? And like, I had a table come in of guys from, I think they were from Alabama. And these are like, I guess these are all guys who like, they own their own business. It seemed like some blue collar business. I think they were doing like some sort of manufacturing something where they had a company that like literally, I think it might have like they sell wood or something, like they get wood from their farm and then they sell it to like some bigger company that uses the wood to like build some shit in the real world. It was, they all had some company that was basically like that. So I'm not saying that they're like the biggest wood company ever, no, but they were just like traveling around for their own business of selling like the wood. That's like the thing that they did. These are all like white guys, and I think they were like all married, right? And so I was just like cracking jokes with them. They were really funny, you know, like pretty cute guys, you know, and they were just making, I was laughing to them. They were like, why the hell is a girl like you in Nashville, you know? And I was like, oh, because the cost of living's cheaper. And I was, you know, telling them about how I like, you know, break down my budgeting and stuff and money and things. And they were like, oh yeah, like you're really responsible, you know, like making it work while you work, you know, I guess if you like working. And then it was just like really funny because they were like insinuating like, when are you gonna stop working? And this happens to me a lot where like there's just some assumption, like people assume that I've like moved to Nashville to be with some man, or that my story in some way has something to do with like some boyfriend or some man. It doesn't. It doesn't have anything to do with the guy. It doesn't. And it probably like never will, to be honest. Like I've seen the state of things out here, and it just doesn't really feel like, it just, I think it just feels really funny. Like I'm a smooth cutter offer. So like if you can do like a few things, like one thing, two things that might make me feel like, ooh, I don't like you anymore, and the cutoff is swift. It's just like a block. There's no like call or message that's like, oh my god, let's try to talk it out. Like sometimes, I mean, if I really feel like you've tried to make an effort one time, and then once I feel like, you know, the effort has failed, it's okay for you to move on. Like some things I've seen this year are like guys who just feel so comfortable telling me about their financial struggles. And I just, like, this is what I mean. Women like Shara Savon are really useful for like just understanding, like, don't get me wrong, like, yes, I'm not saying like everything is like so cheap and it should be so easy for you to survive right now. I'm not saying anything like that, but also be realistic. For a man explaining those woes to some woman who is not his wife, what is she, or is he expecting you to start providing money for him so you can both be on the struggle bus? Like what? there's no there's no like solution to that. If he's struggling, like, yeah, okay, but like what are you gonna do about it? There's nothing you can do about it. Like, what? You can't help him? He has to go help him. Then you'll be struggling too. You'll be like, remember we talked about this on the Manifest Still channel, where the woman was dating a guy who was like a broke guy, and then they couldn't even go anywhere because he never had any money. But he was still happy playing his video games and stuff. He was happy having access to a woman. I mean, it sounds like, not even it sounds like, a lot of these men are just really comfortable doing that. They're going to like attach to some woman who's going to be like responsible in some way, and they just assume that like it'll all be good, or they expect for you to like wait for them to like level up. Oh, when I do this, oh, when I do that, okay, then we'll be together for the, you know, when that day comes, as though you're just gonna be around because like you have nothing better to do than like wait for him. Why do these retards feel this way? It's like, it's not even about a gender role at this point. It's just about like, think about it in terms of common courtesy. Like with your job, right? You have to use common courtesy with your job because like, let's say if you're like not gonna be able to come in because you're sick or something, is your job just supposed to like know that, or don't you have to like call and like let them know, oh, I'm not going to be able to make it, oh, try to get somebody to cover the shift? Just, you'd have to do something that would like let them know like I'm not going to be there. If you don't even do that though, they're not going to take you seriously. They're probably going to fire you because they're like, you don't even give a shit about being accountable for like you showing up, and that's kind of important. Like, you showing up is kind of important. So, weird as fuck, bro. Weird as fudge. Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to say that. I saw that video. I thought it was good. I thought it was important to share.